fall in, my fellow scouts, to Napoleon War 3 4v4 battle replay today on Italy 07 map. Today's replay, I believe, was sent to me by Johnny the Bouffon, so thank you, Johnny. His allies are Nash 22, BustyPigeon, Nomadic Lancer. Their opponents today are your mum, ggay, and Smoke Grenadiers, and FLUX BUS, and Mr. Invisible. Once again, makes an appearance. How ironic. Now, if you guys want to see your own replay featured here on this channel, you can send it to my email at scoutsoфentertainment@gmail.com. You can also post them to me directly on the Discord via direct message. Join my Discord server, Scouts Reconnaissance, and post your replays into the Battle Replay sub-channel on the Discord, or just tag me in any Napoleon Total War 3 replay you post on the Napoleon Total War 3 Discord as well. And with that, I think we'll go through the factions today. We have Suisse in front of us, or the Swiss. We have his ally here, Sept-Iles. We have the Irish, I think. This is Connacht. And over here we have Elbe. So a list of very unusual factions. This is a low point game today. These factions are all pretty low points, in fact. We already see their opponents' factions as well. We've got the Levantamiento Popular. That's Sept-Iles there. Where's your opponents? Okay, here we go. We've got Hannover in the distance there. We have Sept-Iles retreating. Looks like he was doing a scouting mission. There's Levanta over there. So I've seen two red team factions at the moment. Again, Sept-Iles, he's all over the place, isn't he? Okay, over here we have the 4th Coalition. And there is one more that escapes me. But we'll have a look at the points too. We've got 3 1-pointers and 2 4-pointers for a grand total of 11 points. It's also not lost to me that we have an engagement here on the field. Looks like Sept-Iles has charged at Levantamiento. Although, you know, this definitely does favour Levanta. Sept-Iles just has a cavalry unit here. It's like he tried to ambush the enemy. For his troubles, he got, what? Yeah, 9 kills there, 5 there, 14. I wouldn't say it was worth it, given the amount of casualties he sustained in that fight. And this probably doesn't suit Sept-Iles here. He probably shouldn't march down this bridge. It's pretty darn narrow. Levanta's already spread out. He's also already got the house as well, so Levanta has a highly defensible position right here. And it's going to be very difficult for Sept-Iles to assault without artillery. If he had artillery, which he does, it's all the way back here, he's got to bring up the artillery, I suppose, first and use it to sort of blast the enemy back a bit. Or at least get his artillery in place before his enemy gets his in place, if it isn't already, and it's just invisible, we can't see it. But, yeah, Sept here needs the artillery to even the odds, give his infantry a chance, because right now, if he pursues this course of action, he's going to lose. Levanta tried to cross the lake there, but they've abandoned that idea. Suisse just has some chasseurs out front as a scanning party. The rest of the army's not too far behind. I'm wondering if we have 2 Levanta armies. It would make sense if we did. And they could stop looking, which would be nice. So right now I'm literally just guessing what the 4th faction is, if there is a 4th one. The 4th different one. And I swear, if it's Invisible's army, I'm going to lose it. Because that would really definitely suit him. That's the situation. We can't see him, we can't see his army. Everything about him is invisible. Now I also have various funding options too, guys. If you'd like to support my work, those really help out the channel and the Discord. But if you want to help out in other ways, don't forget to leave a like on this video, of course. Subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. Tick the bell for notifications so you never miss a fight. Leave your own thoughts about this battle in the comment section. Below. Had a bit of a hiccup there. It's weird. Most of this map has like desert or scorched earth. We have a curious green patch isolated all around, surrounded by dead grass. We have a nice green patch there in the center. That's funny. The water looks good too. A few boats sailing down. There are many other paths here for Sept to bring his army across. Same goes for the Irish. I mean, you can always see Elbe doing it on his side. Sept's got to abandon his attempt to cross these bridges. Levanta has them too well defended. And what do we have here? We've got a charge out here. These guys can form square, but they're not doing it. In fact, they're retreating and leaving the artillery to their fate. What is happening? Why didn't they form square? Quick dink in there from Sepp. He's got a unit there on the left, firing straight into the flank of the cavalry. Levantamiento. He's also saved his artillery crew. Down to 15, but still very functional. It's weird. I just saw the voltigeurs over there. These are skirmishers. They definitely could shoot these guys, but I didn't see a single volley for them. So I question why he put them there. Maybe Sepp was trying to fire at enemy infantry across the river before. It's possible. Now, if we look at the points today, the red team definitely has a better deployment position. They've got a 4-pointer in the zone, much like the blue team, and a 1-pointer, but most of the 1-pointers are on their side of the river here. So the blue team has to cross the river to get to those points, and that will significantly slow their armies as they cross. So that buys the red team a lot of time to claim these points and get into a defensive position to repel the blue team as they try to cross the river. So the challenge for the blue team here today is to find a section of the river where the red team isn't, so they can bring most of their forces across safely. Like here, for instance. Sepp could cross here and join forces with Elbe, and literally just throw Levante forces here off the island, along with the 4th Coalition. Then they can simply capture that house, move their armies across here, come all the way over here, and try to assault this island from 2 bridges, or even here. Like, the water looks shallow enough for them to cross here, I gotta say. I'd be surprised if they couldn't cross here. I swear they could. Here they obviously can't. It's a no-go. Here is good. And Suisse, again, is going for the bridge. Shouldn't do that. They've got plenty of space, I think, maybe to cross here. Maybe. There's a small little bridge here. Apologies if I'm wrong, guys. I mean, looking at this, it looks like you might be able to cross here. You won't know though until they try, if they can try at all. But we saw Elbe cross water across over here before, and he's already engaged Levante. The Irish here have deployed their artillery. They're trying to hammer the red team forces, the 4th Coalition and Levante here on the island. Trying to drive them across. See, if Elbe can cross this kind of water, then there should be many crossings here for the blue team to go over. Now, Elbe's doing like a scouting mission. Sept-Iles also has 3 units coming across here. Make that 4. And yeah, there's no danger here for Elbe to bring up his army, so that's why he's doing that now. There's no one in that house shooting him, so they know that's safe. So unfortunately, this might take a lot of time. It seems like the Irish, Sept, and possibly Suisse or the Swiss need to wait for Elbe to cross, get on the other side here of the island. Sorry, other side of the river there, on the land, and make their way towards the rear here of these islands currently occupied by the red team. Fourth Coalition has some 6-pounders up there. What are they aiming for? It's just a couple of 4-pounders. So they're trying to beat back the Coalition's artillery. And maybe the infantry as well. So we got a cap engagement. And the Swiss won it. I don't know. Yeah, we've got some hussars there from Levante. Charging into some infantry of the Swiss. And they beat them back. When the water looks that deep, maybe there is another crossing here for Swiss. Maybe he has no choice. Yeah, it's a bit of a challenge there for him. I think we should see things starting to move once Sepp crosses the river on his side. Until they went a few light skirmishes here and there. Coalitions bring up their men. Don't really know why. For the safety of his army, the coalition player needs to keep all coalition players need to keep their army behind the hills here for protection until they're needed. Because, you know, unless the team can cross this river, which they can't, there's no point in putting them in harm's way, putting them in the sights of the enemy artillery. And so I think we'll do a small cut here, guys, until we see something new happen, I reckon. So see you soon. Alrighty, peoples. Sept-Iles has crossed the river here, or crossed the bridge I should say, with one of his units. He's got a second unit in tow. Unfortunately for him, we have 3 Levanta infantry divisions already moving up to repel him and throw him back across the bridge. Right now, Sept-Iles trying to get his forces... Oh, hang on. There was enemy artillery here, but it's obviously been destroyed. Yeah, guerrilla artillery routed. So Sepp must have got across the bridge at one point, which I think he did. He must have wiped out the artillery crew when he got there. Not a bad move here from Sepp. The Irish not far behind. They better get a move on here. We've got more forces incoming. We've got artillery firing at him as well. Okay, I think Sepp's in for the fight of his life right now. I'm against running, but the Irish here have got to get the pedal to the metal. Got to race across that bridge as fast as they can. Running will of course make them exhausted and tired very quickly, but they've got to cover that ground. They've got to get over here to prevent Sepp from getting overwhelmed. They're coming. But they're just militias as well. Luckily for them, they're not being shot at just yet. Oh, my man, there they are. Man. Okay, they've only lost one man there. How's Sepp doing? He's lost a couple. Well, Levanta's here. There's also a few men as well. The Irish here, they've charged straight into him. Not even wasting time with a shootout, trying to overwhelm Levanta with their numbers. It looks like it didn't pay off. But it could be a sacrificial move to buy time for the rest of the army to cross. Alright. What's the Irish player thinking? Before, maybe I get it, but this is just suicide. And where is Sepp? He didn't have any reinforcements. He doesn't have much left, to be fair, but probably should have sent everything he had over here at the time. I mean, Ireland is struggling. The only thing the Irish have going for them is that they can use their own men now as human shields. But they are taking casualties hard and fast. Close range. Okay, Levanta's charging into Sepp. Come on, Irish. Start firing. Sepp's got to get moving. Oh, he's going to charge in. That's a risk. Okay, a small victory here for Sepp. And Ireland here has more forces now, but so does the 4th Coalition. They've sealed off the bridge. They've cut off the supply of reinforcements. These troops here, they're running. Okay, they're going to bayonet charge the enemy. Meanwhile, 4th Coalition is doing flanking fire on the Irish. Sep's got to press their advantage. They've had some victories. They've got to keep the pressure on. Oh, they've got to get this unit over here. What's this one doing? It's going to be racing up forwards. They've got to keep firing back. Oh, they're firing, but I don't think the angle's very good. There's raised ground right in front of them. I'm liking that. Routing. Alright, blue team's about to be thrown off the island here. It's a brave attempt. Ireland should really cut their losses. I think it's over. Their enemy has deployed too many forces here. They can easily repel any attack they send their way. I think Ireland's a dead man if he keeps this attack up. He's got to pull back, and they possibly need to redeploy elsewhere. Meanwhile, Seb's still coming. Elbe's still coming. Hannover's taking up defensive positions around the bridge. Now, they can cross here after all. Suisse just proved it. So, it might be too late for him to cross. There was a chance they could cross, but that's not happening anymore. And Hannover's army here is very, very good. It's very good because they've got units here that can form square, can't form square, mixed in with each other like 1, 1, and 1. So, you know, square, no square, square, no square, and so on and so forth. Makes it very easy to repel any potential cav charge. That kind of formation. Honestly, I should just try to make a last stand on the hill here. Try and use the high ground. Most of the rifles can shoot their enemy. Moving up this close just makes it easier for Levante to shoot him. He's got troops all around the area. Let's just make this a little bit. They're wavering and they're broken. Levante's going to get so many kills. Same with the 4th Coalition. Those 2 units there that joined Levante really did a lot here. They cut off the supply of reinforcements, which really aided Levante to throw the enemy off the island entirely. Once that happened, that attack was finished. Alright, peoples, looks like we're due for a lull here, so we'll be back soon. Alright, new battle has begun between Sept-Iles and Elbe. They've engaged the 4th Coalition in enemy territory. Getting in righty close. Going for a bayonet charge. We're joining a second Sept-Iles unit that just broke. Should have stayed put and fired their guns. Hannover has a couple of units over here as well. Make that 4. Actually, I thought 3. No, I'll wait, 4. They're attacking the red team's 4-pointer, which is interesting. Common strategy for the red team today is to get their units into areas which are easy to defend. It forces the blue team to come through choke points. This is a pretty well defended position. There's houses here, trees. Not so easy to move an army through. And if you try, you're going to get funneled in and easy to focus down. Sept is thinking about it. Don't know what Elbe is doing. Elbe is just hovering outside of town. I mean, that won't do too much. Maybe Elbe should just abandon the attack here and try across the bridge at the same time Sept puts a lot of pressure on his side and tries to cross the bridge as well. Could be the best chance to invade and capture that island. Wait, we've actually had a general's death. An enemy general, killed by an artillery shot. Unlucky to your mum. Just artillery strikes here and there. I don't know what Swiss and the Irish over here are waiting for exactly. It looks like they're heading over here. Just keeping some of their forces over here to maybe force their enemy to leave their own forces here as well. I don't know. Whoa. I've had a massive engagement here. I'll have to come back and see what happened here, I reckon. Alright, peoples, we're about to see the carnage that we didn't see before that will now follow. So Levante charged in. They caught Elbe completely unawares. He doesn't seem to be reacting to his presence at the moment either. Fourth Coalition's also charged in with some Jaegers. Now, Elbe's men might be routing, but we've seen already one unit reform. We should see these units reform. Okay, Hannover's moving here. Sept is gonna try and fall back. 4 pounders, 4 pounders. Alright, despite the little setback here, Elbe has reformed his line. All the troops that were all here before have all reformed that broke earlier. And he's making his march towards the bridge once again. This time he has Septi on his left flank. Can this unit form square? They can. So Elbe really counting on him to hold that position. It's a little hard to believe, all that firepower. The range isn't on their side either. I don't know what Elbe's planning to do with these units here. His army's a little bit all over the shop. He's got different designs, it would seem. But it looks like he has to commit to two plans. Is what I'm trying to get at here. Hannover is moving on his position. Hannover is also backed up here by the 4th Coalition. And maybe some of Levante's men as well. Don't know. But it looks like Elbe will have to use his force here to hold the enemy back to prevent his force from being charged in the rear here. Now, we got some cavalry here from the 4th Coalition. They're going to wipe out the Voltigeurs here. Sept needs to move in close to Elbe's forces. None of these units here can form square. They are vulnerable. And we see Sept making his way towards them, which is good to see. The artillery and general are exposed. There are cavalry nearby, but they moved too late. And Elbe here might lose all artillery. There it goes. One down. Elbe's going to lose his cavalry here. Elbe needs to retreat his entire force here. He's got to bring it back. He's got to try and reinforce his line here. Like a wine glass formation along the river. He's either got to do that or he's got to pull his forces out. Like, I think he's heading the wrong way. He's basically splitting up his army in two. This will make it easier for his enemy to focus him down, focus each part of his army down and kill it. He had a chance to combine his army again. Now I think it's too late. I don't know why he's pursuing this line of action. By doing so, he's deliberately boxing himself in. Already the morale of this force is shaky. It won't be enough. They won't be able to break through the coalition's men in time. Now I'll set those 2 units here. That might be enough to hold Hanover back. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Elbe is trying to combine his army. He's trying to bring these forces towards it. If Hanover wants to maximize his casualty kill count, well, his kill count, sorry, these forces should probably not waste time chasing after them, but shift to the left immediately, line up, and get ready to shoot at them in the attempt Elbe does try to come this way. Looks like Elbe charged in before. That might cause a chain rout. Looks like we've got a few battles unfolding. So we'll head west in a minute.
Our men are running for it.
That was lucky. That was really lucky for Elbe. Or Elbe. Alright. Elbe's standing a chance right now. These 3 forces here could line up, potentially outflank Hanover, join Sept's attack. These 5 units here need to make a decision: join Sept or continue their own assault. I think it's in Elbe's best interest that he joins Sept's attack. That way they'll easily outnumber their enemy and stand a better chance of bringing him down. If he turns around and attacks now, it's 5-on-2. At close range with virtually no hindrance from the terrain whatsoever. Elbe should not be letting Hanover shoot him in the back. Get closer, and we'll kill him faster. Sept's got to communicate that with his teammate. Alright, let's head west. Oh, looks like the battle's over there. Oh no, here it's ranting, and the Swiss are across. So they successfully invaded the island. These guys got a lot of fire coming their way. Yeah, why? This was firing. I thought they were. They got units being mixed around with other units. That wasn't too good. I don't know why I pulled that unit off. Probably shouldn't have done that. Alright, they've got the enemy on the run here. Swiss should be combining his 4 units along with Sept in one line and sweep this entire island from here to the Elbe Bridge. and throw their enemy out. Potentially make their way towards the rest of Swiss's army here and attack Hanover, force him back, allowing Swiss to bring his whole army across and combine their army on this side of the river. And then, if there's time, because it's going to be a hell of a march, begin their long march over here to try and save what's left of Elbe and his forces. Fourth Coalition's attack them from the rear. No, Swiss have some men here. Where did they come from? Oh, they came across here. Alright, so Swiss has come to the rescue of Elbe and Sept on this side. And now Elbe's got a fighting chance. Before he was facing destruction. Now he's got a real chance of survival. You know, if Swiss is battling away here with skirmishes, he probably should just charge at him. Hanover, 4th Coalition, Levanta. All are on the retreat. They gotta keep up the attack. They got the enemy on the run. They got routing troops running through other troops, weakening the morale, making them easier to take on. Making a takedown. Only a couple. Can't see that. The Swiss has been in the distance so apparently. Seeing a few more there fall. Hanover holding position. Swiss swinging very far here to the right. Hanover is retreating back towards that 4-pointer. Elbe's not pursuing. So this appears to be where the battle's at. I saw a few Swiss soldiers there keel over. There's another one. No other activity on the map worthy of note. But this weird soldier just... Okay, he's running away in slow motion. Hannover has the high ground. The momentum appears to be with the Swiss. The Swiss have another unit coming back across the river. Since the morale's with the Swiss army, you'd think the Swiss want to move forward a little bit. Where's he going? I was thinking, if he's moving like that, he's got to be bringing out more troops. You only make room for more men to come through. And lo and behold, the unit appears. They might have pulled a few units away here from the bridge, but Levant is moving out to reinforce it. So Sept-Iles was thinking about it, but Levant shut down those plans fast. The Irish are just waiting across the bridge. I don't know why. The Irish need to get involved in this fight over here. What's left of these forces need to get involved. I half think the Irish should bring their artillery around the bridge here, put it on land, set it up, about here once they've managed to push the enemy back. Because I think they can do that. Then they should be able to fire here on Levante and push him back across the river, making it easier for Sept to move up with his forces there. Elbe's just holding position. I don't know why Elbe's sending his general over here, but he is. Napoleon is heading over here. Looks like the Swiss is just giving his men here a break. Okay, maybe that's what the Irish were doing. Okay, so that's what he was doing. He was moving up to line up his artillery with the enemy line. But fortunately here, for Levanto at least, the terrain to an extent actually protects him. The hill here is catching a lot of those rounds as they come through, as you can see. Most of the rounds here going over their heads. But one lucky shot could arc all the way down through the line. The Irish here just need that shot. They need the luck of the Irish on their side here for that shot to come to fruition. Cannonballs again going high. Line looking pretty weak here for Levante and Hannover in the centre. The Sept faction seems to be the best faction so far I've seen in this battle that's been able to handle itself more better under pressure without breaking at the drop of a hat. Also, remember it's raining, so there's going to be some misfires here and there as well. Of course, when you're going for a bayonet charge, a lot of them there go down. They gotta try and get into those ranks, break up those forces. Okay, Hanover's retreating. The Swiss here, they're keeping pace with the retreating forces of Levante and Hanover. They just broke one of the units there. Oh, the gun sounds seem to have disappeared for now. Hopefully they come back soon. There you go. A couple of sounds here and there. These volunteers are standing in a strange position. Oh, no, it says they're under fire. They're not reacting. They're confident. Alright. The red team's amassing here for a counter-attack. Swiss and Sept here continue to advance. The Irish here have crossed the bridge. Probably going to be held in reserve. So the Swiss here got themselves formed up pretty quickly, in fact. Already firing on the Hanover line. That's not good. What happened? The Swiss tried to charge across. Didn't pan out. See the Levantamiento general. There you go. Sounds are back. Awesome. Sep's getting in close, very close. He's going for the house, it would seem. The guys here have their blades out. They captured the house without so much as a fight. Possibly Hanover retreated his forces from it. Now he's about to be outflanked. The reserves here aren't going to save him. He's gone.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
Where's that at? Scepter's being challenged here for the building. I don't know what Levante's planning to do here. But it looks like Hanover's going to take the right flank, Levante's going to take the left flank, and they're going to try and hold here around where the building is. So Hanover's actually successfully recaptured the building from Sept. We've got more forces here from Swiss making their way over here. We've got a couple of forces here from Sept that should be coming across the bridge, you reckon? That general is getting dangerously close. Sept's returning fire there to Hanover. The general pulled back, as he should.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
Most of the Swiss line here is looking alright. There's a good artillery strike there from this. I think that was Sept's cannons. Has Elbe re-engaged the enemy finally? It would appear so. Coalition timed his attack well. He waited to attack until most of his forces were across the bridge and then tried to attack the rear as he crossed. Unfortunately for Coalition here, the forces of Sept and Elbe got away. Now they hold the defensive position. A well-defended position. So the Irish, Swiss and Sept here have a much better field of fire. They arc all the way around from the river to the building. Hannover's just getting hammered into defeat here. Like, I personally would move forward, just because I know that our team would definitely outnumber theirs. They can't afford to move forward at least until this building or this hut here. Well, Seth's moving up. He's probably hoping his allies will move with him. Now, Seth probably continues on with the bayonet charges because he has had a lot of success with them so far in this battle. On this occasion, he might have bitten off a bit more than he could chew. These two units here probably need the bayonet charge in, support their unit here. Or not. You'll probably get in the way of the field of fire of the Swiss if he moves forward any further or tries to charge in. Yeah, he needs to stay out of the Swiss firing line. Alright guys, we're back briefly because I wanted to show this. I decided. Now, Hannover and Levantamiento managed to cross the river back across, and swiftly lined up his forces across the river, which were able to shoot all the way across into Hannover's forces. You know, they took out roughly 20 men, probably. Just over 20 men, maybe. From here to here. Now it appears the remaining red team forces have escaped. And the next question is, what does our blue team do here? Does Elbe and Swiss try to cross the bridge and beat back the 4th Coalition? Or do they come across this way to link up with the majority of the Swiss units and what's left of the Irish? Come across here and begin pushing their way towards the red team's 4-pointer. We have here 30 minutes left on the clock. So plenty of time to see what will happen next. I just noticed this. We had 2 additional Hannover units come out of nowhere and smash through the Irish forces that actually crossed the river. So it looks like Ireland is actually done here in this fight. I don't see him coming back. I don't see any... he's not done completely. I take that back entirely. My bad. He's got 3 additional infantry units over here. His general necked up 5, in fact. 12th Coalition is charging in. These guys here are going to start firing. Accuracy would seem is not on these guys' side. Need to lay off the Guinness. It's strange that Hanover's pushing here. What are they up to? Are they pushing for the blue team's 4-pointer? That's the question. Elbe here's got to get his troops into a better formation. He's firing at the enemy in column formation. They're charging at him through the trees. So they've almost had enough. The coalition he might be breaking first. Oh no. Elbe did. The Irish continue to engage Hanover. Need to form up their lines a little bit better. Now it looks like we got a full house, literally. That's why you see some of Sep's men out here. But they're part of the unit inside the house. Oh, the unit broke. The Swiss need the Irish here to remain intact to help them push the Hanover back across the river. The Swiss units on this side should begin sweeping the area forward of them and try to come up behind Hanover here.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
He might need Sep's help. Oh, needs to learn quickly that he's not Sept. Every time he's tried to do that, it's always ended in failure. I'm surprised he keeps doing it. His faction fares far better in a gunfight, not in melee combat. Maybe we only got one unit left over here. No, we got two. We got two. See, the Swiss here are retreating. Well, they lost about half the men for each unit, but they defeated one of the Hanover units here. They're in a better position than Hannover. They need to turn around and fire into him as he comes through the trees. And I don't know why they're splitting up. They've got to sort of stick together. Increase their firepower. Oh, okay. That could be why. A Hannover unit has reformed in the lake. Or the river. The Irish are winning this one. Well, it was looking good for him a second ago. The Irish, you need those Swiss reinforcements. Oh, Elbe is still here. Looks like his unit came back after all. See, Sep's hanging too far back. If Hannover focus on the Swiss unit in front of them, there is no reason for the Sept not to try and sweep in closer to get a better flanking shot. There's no other units here that should deter that plan. Elbe should be moving up here also. Engaging Hannover like this is just drawing out this engagement, whereas the blue team has the ability to shut it down pretty much straight away. And probably should, because we've got 4th Coalition reinforcements inbound. And this is a weird formation from the Irish, stacking up their units like this. Not the best field of fire at all. Hannover's had enough. Victory here for Ireland. That time he had a victory, I bet he's very pleased with himself. He had a bit of a shaky start. But what he needs to do, obviously, is get to the river before 4th Coalition gets across. He's almost across. But Ireland can get ready to receive him when he does. This Hannover is shaken.
We've taken the building, sir.
Okay, so that's 2 1-pointers. 15 minutes remaining. Okay, those are Elbe's men. Swiss has the numbers. They've got to move up their units. Got to move in there. Get in there, Swiss. Come on. They got the numbers. They're just not moving in. It is a bit strange. You've got these 3 Swiss units on the hill. Potentially they're firing to the 4th coalition unit. But that would mean they're literally firing over the heads of their own friendly forces. No, Fourth coalition's being thrown off. What's this? The Irish forces bayonet charging in the flank. Alright guys, we're back, and most of the Hanover army has appeared over here. Alan tried to stop him from getting across the river. He's got a few units left alive. This doesn't make a whole lot of sense. The Swiss have the field position, but they're abandoning it. They're allowing Hanover to come across the river. They could have easily set up their army on the hill there to fire down, basically annihilate Hanover, prevent him from coming across almost entirely. It's not like they're setting up a trap for him either. There's no real bulk of their forces here. There's no Sept, there's no Irish, not even any Swiss units here. They can move around here along the riverbank, try to outflank and cut off Hanover in the event that he doesn't come across here completely. Like, I don't get why they're allowing him to come across like this. Alright, we have a general death, Nomadic Lancer. The Irish general has fallen. Alright, I was scratching my head, almost pulling my teeth out at Swiss's abandonment of this battle, and allowing Harry to come across. But he did that with a reason, and that reason now has been made clear to me. The red team is going for the blue team's 4-pointer. We have 3 coalition units inbound, almost there. We got an artillery crew, which is going to try and hold it. I'm trying to find the right word for it. What's the word for hopeless? In vain. I think try to hold it in vain. It will delay them slightly. And the Swiss have 7 minutes to recapture it. The blue team might actually lose here. They hold it for now, but they're going to lose it. They hold 3 1-pointers in the center. They probably hold both. The red team probably holds both 4-pointers now at the end. So that was the reason behind that.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
Now Levante fell back to here. Okay, they captured that 4-pointer. So far, it is 5-3. Oh, sorry, my bad. 5-2. We got artillery up there. Who does that belong to? 4th Coalition, a 9-pounder. The Swiss here probably need to run into the artillery. Looks like they're heading in that direction. Canister shot. It's got to be canister shot. They got time here to fire off one volley. There you go.
Our men are running.
That sucks. We have 5 minutes left on the clock. They're walking. They've got to be thinking about running here in the next couple of minutes. They're probably 5 minutes away. They're running out of time fast. Red team was very sneaky. They drew the enemy to the islands. They drew them, it seemed, to where they want to put them. To draw out time. To delay them. And then seize the points and snatch victory away from them at the end. When it looked like they had them by the rope. Try and put the Levantamiento troops between him and the artillery. But the artillery is on a hill, they can easily fire over the Levantamiento's men. What's this? The 4th Coalition General is charging into the Swiss units, making sure they don't come back. Cruel but effective. Three minutes and 33 seconds. The red team just needs to hold this house. They got to delay them. They got to send out one. If they have 2 units in this house, they need to send out 1 unit here to try and delay these 5 for just 3 more minutes.
Our men are running.
You should get there, but it's going to be close. Notice the Swiss army here is already finished. We've got the 9-pounder artillery crew charging into battle. It's like all hands on deck. Oh, don't do that.
Our men are running.
2 minutes left. What do we have here? I think it's a Sept General. 1 minute 37 seconds. Guys, it is time to run. One minute 20 seconds.
Our men are running, sir.
We've got a fresh unit going in. "56 seconds. "44. These units here need to be getting in there. 32.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
They captured it. 20 seconds to spare. 6-5 at least. So close. Red team was seconds away from victory. They just needed to delay them a little longer. Yeah, that was a hell of a battle. I think it was like a 100-minute battle. Nash here, 1061. Johnny LeBuffon, 1191. BustyPigeon, 373. Pneumatic Lancer, 461. Your Mum, 1440. Smoke Grenadiers, 1550. FLUX BUS, 1009. Okay. Nicholas Castella, 180. Lord, 143. Hussein, 134. Canaris 122, and the rest of the units here range from 83, which is a general here, must have killed a lot of broken troops, all the way down to 5, which is one of these infantry units. And that is that. So if you guys did enjoy this fight and want to see your own replay featured here on this channel, you can send them to my email at scoutsofentertainment@gmail.com. You can send them to me directly on Discord via my Discord ID or private message. You can join my Discord server Scouts Reconnaissance and post it there. Or you can tag me in the Napoleon Total War 3 replay you post on the Napoleon Total War Discord as well. This is Micka on behalf of Scouts of Entertainment signing off. Goodbye my fellow Scouts. Catch you in the next Total War battle.